Hello, 1,000 pound pig here. This is Death Skid Marks. This is, what's a nice way to describe this game? Well, it's an action, indie, RPG, roguelite, arcade, retro game. What the hell does that mean? What games are similar to this? Maybe FTL, mixed with the classic Grand Theft Auto Bird's Eye View? And in some ways I guess you could say that this is a bit of a bullet hell game. It's an RPG and roguelite because you progress through the game. You progress, you go to shops, you buy upgrades for your car, your vehicle. You recruit members to join your team, jump in your car, and you can give them all weapons, you can give them drugs as well to level them all up. And the objective is basically to destroy every other car you see. There are other cars you see on the road sometimes, but they're just big trucks usually. Leave them alone. The story is that you are a band trying to get somewhere. At the start, I think it is pretty clever by choosing the difficulty of your run, and that changes your band name, changes your starting character as well sometimes. So the theme is very lowbrow, they say. It seems to pick on a lot of stereotypes. I don't mind a bit of lowbrow humor as long as I know the person doing it. Because then I don't know if they're being serious or not. Like, do they really like neo-Nazis or do they really like bashing women? I don't know, because I know those things are bad, but it's hard to tell someone's sense of humor. But this is a game with a lot of style in it, which means a lot of this lowbrow sense of humor. So if you like that kind of style, then this might be the good game for you. If you don't, then you might want to stay away from this, because this kind of style and sense of humor is spread out throughout the game, which makes it a really unique game, not just the gameplay. The gameplay, honestly, is kind of repetitive, where you can have these four people in a vehicle. One person can have a hammer, another person can have a gun. You can control your gun with a mouse, while the person with the hammer, all you have to do is drive up next to someone and they automatically start hitting stuff with the hammer. But it is basically ramming people into the side rails over and over and over again. There are a few tactics using it based on the crew which you pick up. So some crew members can take a lot of punishment, some crew members are better at melee, while others are better at using ranged weapons. So on one side of your car you can have tanky characters, while on the other side are your damaged characters. I don't know, that's up to you. There is a pretty diverse set of characters to choose from, and I guess all these people are just people you pick up on the side of the road. They're hitchhikers. One of them's even an alien. You see one guy wearing a horse mask for some dumb reason. He's just in the middle of the desert. Some emo goth chick who is a bit of a groupie and can take a bit of a beating. That's so bad. Like I said, this game oozes character. Though as the Steam page said, this game does have a bit of a roguelike theme with it. So each life kind of repeats itself over and over and over again until you die. That's why I say it's similar to FTL. You can just pick up the game, start a life, continue until you die in fairly short runs, and then just try over and over and over again until you get better. You don't get better as in Rogue Legacy, as in you can buy items for your next run, or you can't really rely on that at least. You jump in, you play, you die, you jump in again, you play, you die. Because the levels aren't exactly set in order, you can choose out of two directions to go. I don't know if this is a kind of ladder system, so it is the same every single time, and you can use a strategy to it. I think it's more of a system where you choose one area and it is pretty random. There seems to be symbols on the road signs and you can go there. And that seems to be the bit of strategy which you can use, apart from selecting different characters and giving them armor and weapons and everything. I did find the bosses to be exceptionally hard, and with a game with random chance, such as going to different areas, a bit like, FTL and all those other games, I can't help feel that it's just the luck of the draw. If you run into one of these bosses and you're still at low level, you can't take a lot of damage from them at all, then it's just game over. There's nothing else you can really do. There definitely seems to be a big gap there between player skill and random chance, and that's just not fun for me. I don't like games being that random in a roguelike game which forces you to restart after every death. I've never really liked the Grand Theft Auto Bird's Eye View. I think it's always been a bit too zoomed in, and you can't really see much ahead of you, so you don't know what's coming up or what's going on really. And though I understand that could be this game's big selling point, how it is so unique, I still don't really like it for what's ahead of you. You don't really get that sense of speed unless you are already dead because you've just crashed into something because you've barely had a chance to avoid it. So overall, I would say Death Skid Marks is a very unique, stylized game built around its humor. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's not up to me to decide. Though personally, I would rather be playing a game such as Faster Than Light. Something with a bit less randomness and humor shoved into my face. I'd like to know what you think of this game though, or this type of humor. This was a fast one anyway because it's December, and December is just always crazy busy for me. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one.